Do you want to know how to clean a dirty record? I'm going to show you how. Hey YouTube, it's Alex and welcome to my video on how to clean records. Now this is a bit of an extreme case. This record actually survived a cyclone or a hurricane as you call them, and a lot of the moisture in the air actually seeped into the record cover and the artwork stuck to the record, so that is not ideal. Now this is barely playable at best, but today I'm going to show you how to actually clean up the dust, the dirt, the debris off this record. And from there, there's two methods. One is the wet method and the other one's the dry method. So I'll start off with the dry method. So the dry method, firstly, is not to actually get the record wet at all. Now to do that, what you want to do is you want to try and get as much debris as you can off it. So firstly, take it out of the case and see if naturally any dust or dirt will fall from the record. Now, from there, you might not get some success. Some people may try other things, such as using air in a can. Don't use it because you can actually get debris lodged in further. Or alternatively, you can actually use a vacuum, but then the thing is you're going to get liters and no success. I find it doesn't really work that well at all. Now, how do I actually clean records? Quite simple. There are a few techniques. Firstly, what I do is put the record on the turntable. I then use a brush. There are a lot of brushes out there on the market that do have the ability to clean records. And what they do is they will try and get the bigger debris off. So put it on the turntable and start playing it slowly. Once it starts playing, you then get your brush and give it a bit of a light brush. And as you can see, there is a fair bit of dust on this brush. As you can see in that clip, I am wearing gloves. Yes, gloves are a great idea when cleaning any records because you don't want to get any fingerprints or any extra dirt from your hand back on them. Now, you can purchase these at any shop, such as a Woolworths or Walgreens or whatever your local shops are. Now, as you can see from this record, it is still quite dirty. The soft brushes didn't work and the record is still quite dirty. Now, when I buy new records, I like to give them a bit of brush anyways, just so you can clean off any debris that has stuck to the grooves of the record since purchasing it. So this is when a nice record washer kit like this will come in quite handy. The kit will come with what is displayed here. So 2 cleaning cloths, 2 brushes, 2 rollers, some cleaning fluid, and a reservoir that you will fill up with water. Now, what you will need yourself though, is to purchase some demineralized water that will be used to fill up the reservoir. As you don't want to use your tap water if can be avoided, due to the fact that it can put sediments or other minerals on the record and actually make them a bit dirtier. So here goes. So as per the directions, put in the 2 rollers. As I'm using LPs, I use the 2 outer ones. I will then use the 2 brushes and I will put them in the center, as so. The cleaning fluid, as per, this is a small 4-ounce bottle. It suggests 3 capfuls and you put them on top of the brushes. Now time to put in the mineral water, right up to the fill lines. So what I'll now do is I will stop the record that we try to dry clean and put it into the bath for a wash. I put it down gently into the bath and rotate it 3 times clockwise and 3 times anti-clockwise. Now, if you're not sure what 3 rotations is, look at the artwork. As long as it flips around 3 times, that's good in each direction. And here goes. 1, 2, and 3. As you'll notice, sometimes it does miss around the edges here, but you can lift off the brush a little bit, just to ensure it doesn't actually hit the paper and start actually getting that circle out there. You want to try and avoid the paper, because if you do get it wet, it can peel off the artwork. And the last thing you want to do is lose any more of the artwork on the record. And now 3 times in the other direction. 1, 2, and 3. And that's why gloves are important, just so you don't actually dirty what you've just cleaned. Once done, what I'll do is I'll then usually grab or get the record out of the bath. And give it a wipe. If you're not wearing gloves, feel free to use the other cloth provided as something to shield your hands. And usually I like to clean it in a clockwise direction. Once it is quite dry, I will then put it in a drying rack. Now most of these can be purchased from a standard hardware shop or a kitchen shop, and they're quite inexpensive. It allows you to clean a lot of records in one sitting. Records done. From there, I recommend getting plastic sleeves, and from there, storing your records in those, just to prevent issues where the paper covers that some of these used to come with can actually get stuck on with a bit of humidity. And there you have it, a very nice and clean record. Yes, that is the same record we had before. However, sometimes that record might necessarily be clean and it might require some extra work. So what I've found is these brushes are pretty good to actually start wiping away some of this residue on things that are stuck. So if you give it a bit of a wipe, you manually try and brush off some of the glue and other things that are stuck. What I recommend with the record, if it's still dirty after you wash it, from there you might want to just give it a bit of an extra scrub with the cloth, but be very, very careful, as you don't want to deepen any damage to the record. It does work. Some people have suggested toothpicks, nails, needles, using the old magnifying glass and try and actually re-etch on the holes or dig it out. Now, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Chances are it's going to be destructive, so just be very careful if you do that. Don't recommend it. Another option, alternate, is you could try just playing it. Now, if you use a stylus that you don't really necessarily use too often, one that is an old one, potentially you might be able to re-etch it by playing it and it could come out. Now, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But what I found, you have more success if you just re-wash it. So from here, what I'll usually try and do is I'll try and re-wash it in the next couple of days and see if that comes out. As you can see, the record has come up nice and clean. The brushing did clear it up a fair bit, however, the water bath did clean it up the most. Now, what I recommend is at least try and wash your records once every couple of years, just to reduce the static and to clean up the record itself. So from there, thank you very much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe down below, and I'll try and make some more similar content to this in future. Take care. Thanks. Hooroo.